employees, and then having the bookstore employees
Excuse me, can you tell me where I can find Heaving Bosoms?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to be there when they have that
and
conversation.
then the bookstore employees go, I'm looking for bosoms. I don't see one. Do you know where the Heaving Bosoms are?
Oh, it would be really good if you could get somebody on the intercom. It's like, excuse me,
yes.
anyone Heaving Bosoms seen on aisle 6?
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
The title alone, which was actually chosen by the readers of my website, is one of the things I'm most proud about the book, because the original title.
That's right. Yeah,
the original title was Heaving Bosoms and Throbbing Members. And we said, well, there's more to the book than just discussing the bosoms and the members. And we put it to a vote on our website and had 4 choices for them to pick. And this was the winning title. So the people who read my site actually picked the title, which is great because it's a perfect title. I mean, how often am I going to turn a little red when somebody goes, and this is the author of Beyond Heaving Bosoms? But the book has been found in the new release table, which is awesome.
Which is where you want it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So happy.
Yeah.
It has been found.
I'll make the new release table in Connecticut because my TV show's on the air in most of the towns in Connecticut and some in Massachusetts. So it'll make the front table in Connecticut.
Connecticut and Massachusetts are readerly states. There's people who read there. It's a good thing. But it's been in literary fiction, literary criticism,
but it's not fiction, so
westerns.
Westerns.
I got pictures.
How do you get? Well, is it?
I think that it's a spillover from literary fiction into Western, although why those are next to each other, I don't know. But I have pictures from Barb Ferrer in Florida, who is a YA romance author, and she went to the bookstore with her little camera phone, and sure enough,
there it was in the
Westerns, and then down is the bosoms. I'm shelved next to Eudora Welty, which I find
really nice,
enormously flattering, but you know.
Not the same, let's see.
There is a fictional section where we parody romance novels. We have a section called Choose Your Own Man Titty, where you can choose your own style of romance, and there's a number of different options.
You also do the thing with the covers, where you find the books with the really bad covers.
Oh, yes.
And then you go in and I've done that. I haven't won, but you can go to.
There's a drinking game for Harlequins.
And she puts up. They find these really old covers mostly. They're from the early days of the romance novels when the colors.
When the grass is exhaling forcefully up someone's skirt, and there's another wind this way.
Yeah,
and there's
the
a
covers are all mocked together, and they're really, really strange. And she puts them up there, and then you caption it. You get to write. You have this contest where people get to put captions.
Caption that cover is one of my favorite contests.
And I enjoy that. I have put in some suggestions, but I've yet to win caption that cover. But I haven't given up.
It's hard to judge.
I haven't
It's a hard contest to judge. Sometimes I just close my eyes and point.
Plus there's 300 entries.
Brilliant, yeah.
You know, it's not like you're picking from 12. We on now our site, I've got DeadlineDames.com, and we have readers on Deadline. And what we do is we put up this is all urban fantasy authors, because among other things I do write urban fantasy. So we put up a picture, some really bizarre image, and then they can write. I've forgotten what the word limit is. I think it's 250 words. Based on the image, and then we send them a prize. So
nice.
So it's these little mini fiction.
I'm a big fan of the writer prizes, the prizes that ask people to write things. And we've had people write cover copy. We've had people write dialogue for 2 people on a cover. I would love to have a dialogue of the 2 people on our cover, because
let me.
I
Let's
know.
see. Now, what is she wearing? She's got some kind of strange baby doll pajama thing on.
And I'm not quite sure what she's doing with her hem there.
Yeah, she's holding onto her skirt.
But the nice thing about this cover is there's a whole lot of hidden phallic images that you can find in here.
That's true. I see several now that you pointed out.
Yeah, now there's at least 10 that I found.
Okay, well, you're doing better than I am. I had some people visiting my home, and I was playing aloud your NPR interview. And you were talking about Kresley Cole,
yes,
and recommending her series. And I said, and I had one of the books in the series there. And the funniest thing to me in that was the thing where I think the character's name is Nyx, and she's a Valkyrie.
She's the head of the Valkyries, and she's crazy.
And they're these like crazy demonic women, and she's explaining but they find their one true love or something. It's part of their culture that they find their true mate.
They have a one mate policy.
And she has recently, she's telling somebody who's trying to hook up with her that she's taken because she's recently discovered that her true love is Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs.
Yes.
And he,
mine too.
And he has communicated with her through his attorneys under the guise of a restraining order.
Yes.
Krista cracks me up. I love that. Anyway, I can see we're coming to the end of our half hour. Can you believe it?
No.
We are.
Really?
So I'm going to ask you to read an excerpt from
All right.
Beyond Heaving Bosoms.
Yes.
I just like saying that, Beyond Heaving
Me too.
Bosoms.
I like saying it a lot. I like saying it very much. Mavis is our icon for defending the romance genre because you look at her and you dismiss her and then you're like, well, wait a minute, she's kind of smart. So, the ultimate insult to a reader of romance, particularly someone who reads our site, is the ultimate and the condescending question, but you're so smart, why do you read those books? So that's where I'm going to start. The biggest
why do you write those books?
Yeah,
I get
same
the same
insult.
question.
Same
I get
insult.
the same question. Go ahead.
We sigh deeply with discouragement just typing those words. And that's the bottom line frustration that we have and why we founded a website and named it Smart Bitches Who Love Trashy Books. We like romance novels. We're smart women with sharp intellects and a love of discussion and debate, and one does not cancel out the other. Romance novels do not make you stupid, we promise. Many smart women love romance. We can personally verify by our own marvelous existence and the community on our site. Romance novels attract an erudite, intelligent, and unspeakably educated readership. That same readership is also a lucrative audience, as romance novels sell in the billions, and yet romance is about the only thing that's marketed to us as romance readers. The only tie-in product that links romance fans and advertising is Fabio, shilling for I can't believe it's not butter. And that seems to be more of a play on his celebrity than any attempt to reach the limitless pot of money that is the romance buying public. We buy a lot of books. We're smart, and we have money. The RWA commissions 2 studies to examine the industry and the readership of romance, and the readership survey is always a bucket of fun when it comes to the results. Why? Because there's so damn many of us. It's amazing we put up with this crap. Let's throw around some statistical numbers with gleeful abandon. Nothing more fun than statistics. According to the RWA, 64.6 million Americans read at least one romance, have read one romance in the past year. That is a lot of people. You know what happens when 64.6 million people do the same thing? Taylor Hicks wins American Idol. That may not be the best argument, but that is the kind of epic movement that you can create with 64.6 million people. Anyway, of those readers, 42% of us have a bachelor's degree, an additional 15% have acquired postgraduate education, and aside from the various levels of advanced degrees, we educated romance readers spend $1.37 billion on romance. And in this economy, anyone who can get $1.37 billion dropped on anything is a happy person. Educated people with financial buying power are spending a ton of money, so you're not alone. And if anyone ever hands you the "why do you read those books" question, a handy short answer is always because I enjoy them. And so do 64 million other women who really won't appreciate that question. Why do smart women read romance? It is better than folks believe that it is. Anything written for women by women is reflective of current sexual, emotional, and political status, and it actively embraces and undermines that status simultaneously. Happiness is good, and this is my favorite point. Emo may be very stylish, angst is very stylish, happiness is never stylish, but happiness is good. And that is the ultimate reason why people read romance, because happiness is priceless. There you go.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, I really enjoyed having you, and I wish we could talk for longer, but you know what? We're out of time.
Bummer.
I can't believe it. But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you
and
for having me.
if you would like to find out more about Sarah and her partner Candy and their book, it's very, very easy to find their website. Just Google Smart Bitches and Trashy Books. And
we're still the #1 result.
They will be the #1 result right there. If you or somebody you know would like to be a guest on So Many Books, go to my website, that's www.toniandrews.com, and click on the Contact Me link and send me an email and tell me a little bit about yourself and about your book, and I'll get back to you. And thanks very much for joining us this evening.